Hello, Guy here. Today I wanted to talk about an experience I've just had recently with my photography and kind of explain how I think this experience and the lessons from it kind of apply to all areas of life. If you have a chance, please subscribe to my channel. That really helps me a lot. Great. So in the fall, in October, I made a goal to shoot a lot of fall trees, autumn trees, shoot the colors. And my goal was to come out with maybe 24 good shots at the end that I would make a presentation, put in a blog post. And I went out quite a few times, probably 8, 9, 10 times over a couple of weeks period. And each time I went out, I'd shoot 50, 60, 70 frames. And one time I went out, I shot 100 frames. And, sometimes I was surprised, like how little kind of keepers I had at the end of the day. I'm a fairly experienced photographer, and I can get a decent percentage of good shots most of the time. But I was just a little bit surprised. I said, "Wow, I'm taking a lot of shots, and there's only so many keepers." And one time I went to some woods, and the light was absolutely stunningly perfect. The sun was coming through the top of the trees, and the trees were perfect color. And I kind of knew this is going to be a good day, and I'm going to get some really good shots. And I took 100 frames that day. And at the end of my fall shoots, I think about three, maybe four came from that shoot. So overall, I took about 800, maybe more images over a couple of weeks for my fall shoot. But I'm actually really happy with the 24 photos I got. I mean, maybe 12 are like, I think for me are really good. And anyway, they were good enough. I got 24 pretty good shots out of that 800. I mean, there were some other good ones as well, but that's what I got. And that day when I took 100 shots, actually, there was one shot from that I really like. I think it's one of my favorite photos I've ever taken of trees. And I've been shooting trees for quite a few years now. So, it led me to realize that, to get like 24 good shots is really a great achievement. And even just to have 3 or 4 that I feel are some of the best shots that I've taken, of trees over, quite a few years. So I'm realizing that all the so-called missed shots kind of lead to the winners. And there's a famous quote from the prolific ice hockey player Wayne Gretzky, who said that he missed 100% of the shots that he didn't take. And I'm really starting to embrace that now with photography. I'm kind of, I'm hard on myself in a lot of areas of life, especially with my art, and thinking, that could be better or it should be better. And when I come home and have a lot of frames that didn't turn out great, but I realized that it's part of the process. Like, I can't get those winners without getting the losers. And it's like a sculpture. I mean, it's like chipping away. And it's like, you start with a sculpture with a block of wood or a block of stone, and you can't get that beautiful sculpture unless you do all the chipping away. And photography is very much like that. Even the greatest photographers shoot a lot, just to get a few winners. I mean, I think Ansel Adams even said, you're lucky if you get one good photo at the end of the year. I mean, of course, his standards were probably very high. Say compared to mine, for example. So I'm really starting to embrace that a lot more now in my photography, and just shooting and not worrying about the ones that are not great, because they're leading me to the great one. And I know there are different styles of photographers. I mean, some photographers are more economical than me. Some are less economical than me. I mean, maybe I could have done this full shoot with 400 photos, not 800, or maybe 200-300, but there's no way you could take like 50 shots and have 25 good ones. Not with digital photography the way it is today. So it's like this in life. I mean, we just have to have a go. You have to have a go, and you have to just try stuff, and it's the refinement, it's the auto correction, it's the mistakes, the things that don't work out that help us refine and then get better, and so forth. And so, just taking action, getting out there and doing stuff in any area of life, it's the experience and the learning will get you closer to where you want to be. And don't be hard on yourself when you when you don't go there, because you can just be like in photography, you can just be one shot away from that total winner, and it can be like that in any other area of your life, and you just don't know when you're going to get there. Great. So if you like this channel, if you like this video, it really helps me if you like, share, subscribe, and if you really want to support me, subscribe to my newsletter. There's links below. Thanks a lot, and I will see you on the next video.